Hello, dear Aries, and welcome to your annual 2021 horoscope. 2020 was a dreadful year for many of us. It brought lots of challenging planetary alignments, and as a result of that, unexpected events that were quite difficult to deal with. Now, 2021 starts with a different energy, much lighter Aquarian energy, as both Jupiter and Saturn are already in Aquarius. So let's break this year down for you. Now, Saturn and Jupiter are already in your 11th house. So it actually depends on the degree of your ascendant. So you might be already experiencing some what I'm about to tell you, or you will experience it in the first weeks of January. So with Saturn here, Saturn will stay in your friendship house and also the groups you belong to and hopes and wishes until 2023. So it's a pretty long transit. It's about 2.5 years. And over this time, you are likely to restructure your friendships, groups you belong to. You will be more serious about who you want to hang out with, who you want to socialize with. You might let go of some friendships because you will realize that some people no longer align with who you are, who you want to be, who you are becoming. This could also be a time when you are more serious about your goals, about your wishes, about what is it that you want to achieve in your life. Where is it that you're heading? Now, Saturn might also bring you some good opportunities for business networking, for expanding your career. Now, Jupiter, on the other hand, is a very, very opposite, very different energy. So Jupiter is a planet of expansion, good fortune, and luck. Jupiter will stay in this area of your life for the majority of 2021. It will dip into your 12th house between May and July, and then it will return back into your 11th house until the end of the year. So while Jupiter stays in your area of friendships, you will have an opportunity to expand your friends, expand your friendship circles. And while Saturn might shrink, Jupiter expands. So you will have, even though you might lose some friends over the next couple of years, Jupiter will bring you new friendships. And this will likely be people with whom you have a lot in common, with whom you share similar interests. This could be people who come from different cultures, different background to yours, who speak different languages, since Jupiter is the ruler of the 9th house, so anything that's foreign. Also, you might join some new groups in order to meet people who are like-minded. And also there could be some new opportunities for accomplishing your goals. You might get more luck in things that you enjoy doing. When Jupiter goes into your 12th house between May and July, you will have this extra protection from Jupiter. It's like Archangel. And this is also a very good time to do some charity work and generally do work that where you don't expect anything in return. So it's kind of like unconditional love, I like to compare it to. Also with Jupiter here, since this is the last house of the chart, this could be also a time when you'll be dealing with some endings, completing something, doing some reevaluations of your last 11 years of your life. Also, you could be starting working on some project behind the scene. So because this is the area where it's hidden. So you could be doing something behind the scene during this time as well. The second important event of the beginning of this year, 2021, is Mars moving sign. And Mars usually stays in a sign for 6 weeks. So it wouldn't be anything unusual for Mars to move to the next sign. But Mars stayed in Aries for over 5 months. And it was extremely long transit that brought quite a lot of anger, especially during the time when it went retrograde. So Mars will move to the 2nd house of your income, resources, possessions, and self-esteem between 6th and 7th of January. Now, the Mars in the 2nd house will give you this extra boost of energy, motivation, courage to improve your finances, to deal with your financial situation, to find new ways of accumulating more income, to create a financial plan, to prepare for the future in a more financial way, so to speak. But also Mars here can give you a drive to accumulate more possessions, to accumulate more wealth. And also you might be dealing with your self-esteem. So perhaps you might become interested in doing some courses to improve your self-esteem as well. Now, Mercury will go retrograde this year 3 times, and these will be in air signs. So the first Mercury retrograde will be on the 30th of January, and this will be in your 11th house, where both Jupiter and Saturn will be present. So as you can see, at the beginning of the year, apart from dealing with your finances, with Mars in your 2nd house, you will be dealing a lot with your friends, your friendships, groups you belong to, hopes, wishes. This will be a very important area of your life at the beginning of the year. And here with Mercury retrograde, you will be doing some reevaluations, rethinking. Who is it that you want to socialize with? Who is it that you want to be friends with? Who is beneficial for you and who isn't? Some friends from the past might come back into your life as well. You might have to resolve some issues with them. And generally, you will also be reevaluating your goals and plans for the future. The second Mercury retrograde will be in the sign of Gemini on the 29th of May, and it will last throughout the whole of June. And this will be in your 3rd house. So here again, we've got communication and mind, but also dealings with other people. And this time it's siblings and neighbors, people from your immediate surrounding in general. So you might do some reevaluations of your relationships with your siblings or with your neighbors. There could be some issues coming back from the past again. And also with Mercury here, it's essential to have your car checked before this Mercury goes retrograde, because you might be dealing with some issues concerning your car as well. If you're planning on signing any paperwork as well around this time, because the 3rd house is also about papers and documents, ensure you double check everything, and if possible delay signing anything until Mercury goes direct at the end of June. And the final Mercury retrograde will be on the 27th of September, and this is in your 7th house. So here again, reevaluations of your relationships, but this time with people very close to your heart. So a best friend, husband, boyfriend, also business partner, because this is also the area of business partners. So here again, reevaluations, rethinking, things coming back from the past, always with retrograde, redoing, rethinking. It's a good time for resolving any issues as well, dealing with any dilemmas that there might be. As if we don't deal with things that come back into the surface during Mercury retrograde, they are likely to become more serious in the future. Now, solar and lunar eclipse. This year we will have 2 of each. Last year we had 6 in total, so 3 of each. That's why the year was so intense. This year 4, so it's all nicely balanced. And the first one is in Sagittarius, May 26th. So a lunar eclipse is a time of ending, something coming to an end, a very intense full moon. So it could go 2 ways. You could be either dealing with some endings, completing something connected to your higher education, to business affairs, but with foreign people. So something to do with foreign people, foreign travel, something to do with your life direction, religion. So something, some endings. Or alternatively, you could see some outcomes, some results of some projects that you've been dealing with connected to this area of your life. And now you could be reaping some fruits of your hard efforts. Now, the second lunar eclipse will be in your 2nd house. So here, possessions and resources on the 19th of November. And this lunar eclipse, this is the beginning of a series of eclipses that will last until 2023. So from the end of 2021 until 2023, you will be dealing with eclipses connected to your resources, finances, income, but also taxes, debts, and the money that you don't own, but you kind of own others. So taxes or mortgages or investments. So it will be quite 2021, 2023, you will be dealing with eclipses surrounded around these areas of your life. Now, this specific eclipse will be connected to some endings surrounded around your income, around your finances, around your possessions as well. Or here again, you could be dealing with some outcomes. So you could be seeing some results of any projects that you had been working on before this lunar eclipse. Now, 2 solar eclipses, and the first one is in the sign of Gemini on June the 10th, and it's in your 3rd house. So 2 weeks before this solar eclipse, Mercury would have gone retrograde, and at the time of this solar eclipse, Mercury will still be in the retrograde motion. So by the time you reach this solar eclipse, you would have done some re-evaluations regarding your relationship with your neighbors, people from your immediate surroundings, siblings as well. And during the solar eclipse, you could be receiving some important news, that you had been waiting for, or it could be some unexpected news. This could be also something connected, some new beginnings connected to your siblings or to your neighbors, or something to do with short trips or a vehicle. So maybe you will be buying a new car as well. So some new beginnings connected to these aspects of your life. And then we've got the second solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, and this will be on December the 4th. And on May 26th, you were dealing with some endings, perhaps, or seeing some results of your hard efforts in this area of your life. Now, this solar eclipse on December the 4th will bring you some new beginnings. So whatever you ended around May 26th, you made space for some new energies to come to you on December the 4th. So some new beginnings connected to foreign people, foreign travel, life direction, higher education, or religion. So this is some really exciting time. And the year ends with Venus going retrograde. So we are very lucky that this Venus retrograde is at the very end of the year. So at least we won't have to worry or deal with any dilemmas connected to Venus retrograde throughout the year. It will be just at the very end of the year. And it will be in your 10th house. So with Venus is the planet that rules love, relationships, and money. So there could be some challenges connected to your relationships. However, since this Venus retrograde will be in your 10th house, you are likely to be dealing with something connected to your career and professional life. So some reevaluations, and this could be generally a quite busy time for you at the very end of the year, where you will be dealing with your professional life in some way. And it's only a very, very quick retrograde. It's only until January the 1st. So I think it won't be a very challenging one. Thank you again and happy 2021. Bye for now.